So the final question on the CASP guideline is about whether all the important outcomes you feel were considered so that you could then think of applying the results to your own clinical practice. So if you think now, we've been through the paper, we've been through all the CASP questions, is there anything else that you would like to know before you consider applying these results to your own patients and to your own practice?
Like for example, in the study they have talked about the intervention given in terms of leaflets and videos, but they haven't really mentioned what the actual content of the video or the leaflet is, and how might patients take the content, and if is it appropriate for them. So therefore we don't know that information, that
No.
how the patients are reacting to the intervention.
Yes, there is a little bit of detail on page 995 where they talk about the difference between the brief intervention and the extended intervention. And they talk about leaflets and videos, but we don't really know how those, and this quit kit with sugarless candy and rubber bands, but we don't know actually how it was developed and whether it was developed with people who've been through the process, and whether it actually is something that they would find helpful. So yes, we would want to know more about the intervention itself and patients' perspectives on that. Anything else that you would like to have seen considered?
If there was the detection of quit smoking was based the patient's words and not based on biological detection if actually stop smoking.
Yeah.
And I think based in phone.
Yes, so what we had was the patients were phoned up or filling out a questionnaire, and they were reporting themselves whether they had smoked or not. So we have to rely on self-reported smoking status. Now, at the time that the study was carried out, that was the main approach that they relied upon, but more recently we've been able to biochemically verify, as you say, whether somebody has actually smoked. So more recent studies actually include that biochemical verification within the study. So again, yes, we would like to know whether that was considered or not. So all in all, if you think about this one study, what sort of concerns would you have about the study, about applying it to your own practices?
It was only one study that was carried out in the US, so it has different guidelines to the UK.
Yeah, so different guidelines and also a different health system. So it's relying on private patients, private payment for dental treatment, which is different from our NHS system.
Also, this study is based, this is only one study, and we cannot base our policy just on one study. So we look for evidence as in like a systematic review in order to just bring out a policy. Can't do it on the basis of just one study.
So, as you say, this is one study. It is a randomised controlled trial, which is fairly high up on the hierarchy of evidence, but we would look to see if there's any systematic reviews, which is higher up on the hierarchy of evidence. And so based on this one study, bearing that in mind, would you get your hygienists in your practices to actually give smoking cessation advice? No.
No.
But would you just base it on this one study?
Yeah.
If you were thinking about doing it in your own practice, what else would you be looking for?
Looking at more studies, like taking a bigger group of them and see their overall thoughts.
So we'd look for systematic reviews, we would look for
any policy documents, like government documents available that we could look into.
Yeah, so we'd look for guidelines, policy documents, and in the UK there are policy documents for from the Department of Health about dentists' role in stop smoking, and actually they do have a very strong role in terms of asking their patients if they smoke, offering them advice to quit, and then offering them a referral to a stop smoking specialist who will then provide the advice themselves. And that's based on evidence that's been collected in the UK, but mainly coming from evidence from other fields outside dentistry, from medical settings, where the effectiveness of this kind of brief intervention delivered by a dentist and the dental team has been shown to help more patients quit than would otherwise have done so without the brief intervention.